G'day and welcome to part 2 on the EDUP 5-in-1 PoE injector for Starlink Gen 2 conversion to 12 volts. Currently on special at AliExpress. I have no affiliation with AliExpress. This is just a little recap on what this thing is. Your Starlink can plug directly into it, and the setup is very simple. In the first video I set it up as a temporary setup to just see how the thing worked on the caravan, and found that it worked really well. So the next step was to permanently mount it into the caravan. Now to do that required a pass-through for the cable from the dishy. And because I wasn't going to drill holes in my new caravan, I got Brad at Bairnsdale New Age to do the hole for me and fit a pass-through. And this required fitting the Cat 6 cable connectors and cutting the Starlink cable, which is a little daunting, but I managed to do it. So it's not that hard. You do need a special crimping tool, but you can pick them up fairly cheaply. This is how I've plugged it into power. This is where the TV normally plugs in, and I used a double adapter, which more about that in a minute. And that's how it all sits nicely on the wall. I just used double-sided Velcro and attached it to the wall. Looks nice and neat and tidy. And this is the outside. This is what Brad fitted for me. Unfortunately, the pass-through piece that he had didn't match my other pieces, so I put a different one in. 3D printed the dust cap that goes on the outside, screws on there, and doesn't look out of place at all. So that keeps it nice and sealed. And this is the end of the dishy cable, which I've put this waterproof Cat 6 cable connector onto the cable. Again, not hard, and that plugs in to the side of the van. Cable comes around, it's a bit messy there. I use a 3D printing filament spool for the cable, and that hooks up to the dishy. So this is the inside. Once I 3D printed a nut to hold the pass-through into the hole. Yes, it's crooked, I know, it doesn't matter. And that's a better connector that I put on there. So that plugs in there. And then we go up. That's the double adapter that I was talking about earlier, and there's one good place for it, in the bin. It was only rated at 10 amps total. So I bought one that is rated at 20 amps total because it was overloading the system. But with this connector, I can run the TV and the EDUP both at the same time. So that little router there is excellent. It runs off a USB-C straight from the EDUP and works very well. So all in all, extremely happy with the process. And that's it for now.